Welcome back to the Fierce and Femme podcast.
With your hosts, Rami and Alicia.
Talking all things fitness, mindset, and everything in between.
To help you become your most fierce and femme selves. Welcome back to another episode. And today we are going to give you 5 tips to a healthy relationship. And Alicia's going to kick it off.
Yeah. First, I want to say we've both been in relationships for, well, mine's like 6.5 years now. Yours combined.
Forever.
Yeah.
Okay, it feels like the same amount of time.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had my fair share of great times, not so great times, all the things. First thing is communication. And I think a big part of this is coming from it from a place that is not fiery. Because I don't know about you, I grew up in a household where there was yelling and screaming all day, every day. And that's not that I always tried not to do that, but I definitely did feel much more than my partner. I was a bit more feisty. I'm a fire sign. So when I get angry, like I can go for it. I don't seem like it, but guys, there's a side behind me. But making sure that when you actually do communicate with your partner, it's not, you've done this, you've done that, you're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Because they're straight away going to either retreat or get defensive straight back at you. And it's not actually helping anyone, right? Like when we communicate with someone, it very much needs to come from the place of, I'm feeling like this at the moment, in a nice, calm tone, taking your time, not really putting the blame on them, and also looking at the fact that we always have a part to play in any argument or anything that's going on as well. On top of that, just being honest with how you feel, because that's also how things blow up in relationships and resentment builds, is that so many small little things will happen and we'll just push it to the side. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam, someone's left their socks on the floor and that's been the cherry on top of all the other 10 things that have happened. So just be honest in a way that isn't attacking your partner, because at the end of the day, I love something Rami always says is like, you're a team. When it comes to your relationship, it's not you versus them. It is you two working together to make it work.
Love.
Oh, you don't have anything to add?
Oh, I was just going to go to the next tip.
Perfect.
No, that was
Okay.
fantastic. Amazing. No, tip number 2 is allow yourself to be affectionate or intimate with your partner. And look, depending on your past relationships or what you maybe been through, especially as a woman, it can be maybe a little bit nerve-wracking. You might be a little bit scared, but allow yourself to, coming back to the communication, have that conversation with your partner. If you are that person that's scared to be intimate, you get really nervous with physical touch and stuff, allow your partner to know. Because you might have someone that's all for that. They want to hug you, they want to cuddle you, they want to kiss you all the time. But if you're going, oh, no, get away, imagine how they're going to feel. And that's where it's really important to go, hey, babe, maybe not today. Like, hey, babe, I'm actually feeling this way. And they're going to be so much more understanding, because if the shoe was on the other foot and you're trying to love up your partner and they're like, get the fuck away, that's going to suck. And in a relationship, you're going to personally take it. Like, the amount of times I joke with Vass and go, why do you hate me today? Like, just for fun. And he's like, I don't hate you. I'm like, I know, it's just funny.
Yeah.
But even just when you are feeling sad, like, I wish I knew the statistics. Sometimes a hug, it changes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I wish I knew what it was.
They say I think we need like 10 hugs a day or
literally something like that. And we've learned over time, not some stupid surface level pat on the back hug kind of thing. Like, I wish I could show, but like a full squish,
Embrace.
a full cuddle. Even if they're trying to pull away, just go, babe, give me another second. Just another second. Give yourself what you need. If you need that right now, if you need the cuddles, like, don't be afraid to be like, babe, can we just like chill out on the couch and just like hug for a sec? Like, can you give me a kiss, babe? Like, it's okay to be intimate. It's all right if you're shy. Again, especially if it's like a fresh new relationship, but you're not going to really understand yourself or understand your partner if you don't do these things. So it's kind of one of those things where you build the confidence up with being intimate the more that you are.
Yeah. And honestly, everything comes back to communication, right? But it's so important because I know Jared's such a physical touch person, and I am the person that sometimes is like, get the fuck away. I need my space, especially if I'm like processing things. I feel like if I've got someone on top of me hugging me, I can't think proper. Like, I need space to breathe. And that's where it comes to communication again, right? Because he's going, well, this is what I would want in that moment. Whereas I'm like, that's the last thing that I would want in that moment. So you actually need to be really honest, again, in a way that's not going to make your partner go, you hate me.
I swear I'm joking.
But just like, I mean, we've had conversations where situations have happened before and I've been like, I love that that's the way that you're trying to cheer me up, but that doesn't actually help cheering me up because I actually need this instead of like, instead of humor and making jokes, I feel like you're making fun of me. So like, give me a hug, give me a kiss and like make me feel really loved and seen in this moment. And then I guess the next tip is so on the flip side of
I
that,
know.
but we've just gone from lovey-dovey. But independence in relationships is so important. I think one of the most important things of you are a team, but you're also two separate people. And I definitely know I'm full like hand on heart will come out to say it. When we first started dating, I was just like by his side 24/7. And I think part of I moved in with him and I didn't know anyone around that area. So I'd just go to wherever he's going. If he was out, I would just sit at home doing nothing. So it was just sort of like I was just attached to him and I didn't really have any independence. And I wasn't really fulfilled and I would feel really sad then whenever he was doing anything. And that was no fault of his own. And I think we can so easily blame our partners for that when it's like, well, I'm actually the one who hasn't created that independence for myself. So if your partner's out, what can you go do? And it could be go and watch a movie by yourself. Like if you don't have anyone to catch up with, that's okay too. But don't just sit there sulking because that sucks. And I've spent so many nights like that. And we're just doing it to ourselves for no reason. And then that in turn can create arguments because you go, oh, well, you went out and they're probably thinking, well, you could have fucking gone out too. Like I wasn't holding you back from that. So find things that you like that your partner doesn't like. You don't have to do everything together. You don't have to have all the same common interests because I feel like that's what makes relationships so beautiful is you can come together at the end of the day and be like, oh, this happened today and then that happened and not just have all the same experiences all the time.
Totally.
Yeah.
The way Vas's and my life has been polar opposites ever since we've known each other.
Yeah.
Like every time we want to go do things, we're like, dude, we are so different.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's the best thing because, like you said, if your partner wants to go out but you are so anxiously attached or you're by their side, you're going to start blaming them and getting angry at them for living their life that they're allowed to live. And you've got to look within and go, okay, why am I so anxiously attached to this person? Maybe they're my safety. I get it. But also you've got to be independent. You can't take them to work every day. You can't take them everywhere you go. You're not going to die without them. And if you're listening thinking, oh my God, I actually can't survive without my partner. Like, yeah, I can't survive without Vas.
Yeah.
But also I'm here. He's at work. We've got to go do our own things this weekend. We've both got different things on. It's like, that's okay. That's healthy. Because sometimes your partner might not be able to fill your cup up for you and you've actually got to go do that maybe with the girls, maybe with facial, maybe with just a walk, and that is okay.
Yeah.
You're not a bad partner because you want to go away for the weekend with the girls or by yourself. You want to go do a bottomless brunch or whatever it is, whatever makes you happy. That doesn't mean you're a bad partner. If anything, I think Vas loves it when I go out. He's like, yeah, love it. I'm like, oh. Sometimes I'm like, damn, you want me to leave? No.
But I love that we're doing something for ourselves.
Yeah, because then I just come home. Like even last night, my sisters came over. We watched the footy. Vas was in his room. If I was so anxiously attached, I would have cracked it at him and been like, fuck you for not sitting with us. But I was like, he doesn't really like the footy. Yeah. That's okay. And I actually had the best time with my sisters and one of her friends. And it was just so fun.
Yeah.
But like, this is where you've got to sort of ask the question of, am I struggling to be independent? And if so, it's not your partner's job to fill that void. You got to fix it.
Can I quickly touch one last thing on it? To be morbid for a second, I think it's also, if you did break up, you need to have your own life because this is where like an end of a relationship can be the absolute end of everything. If you finish a relationship and go, well, fuck, I actually had nothing without them.
That was me, literally.
I'm just calling you.
Yeah, no, seriously.
But now it's so different, right?
So
your relationship is so different now because you learned the importance of like, I cannot just be, like it can't be the same person because then you'll leave and be like, well, what the fuck do I do now with
Also,
my life?
you had a whole life before them.
Yeah.
One of my friends recently that just gone through a breakup and I was like they weren't even together for that long, but obviously she's so upset about it. But I was like, what were you doing before he came along? He's like, it's for some reason women are really good at just throwing everything away and going, but I can't live without it. It's like, no, you can.
Yeah.
You're just dramatizing the situation. It's okay. I feel like that could be a whole episode in itself.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we'll move on to now the complete opposite again. We probably should have done a better order. But quality time is important as much as
We
your
really should have
independence
thought
is
about
important. But no, it's good. It's true because when you do spend that time with your partner, you want to be able to actually ensure it is really great quality time so that at least the next day when they're not with you, you can go, oh, but last night we spoke about this and we did this and it's really good. If your version of a date night is you're both doom scrolling while you've got the TV on, that's not going to fill your cup up with your time with your partner. And then the next day is going to come along and they're going to go out and then you're going to be like, well, we didn't spend any time together. But you chose, both of you chose. You've got to sort of call each other out and both sometimes go, okay, hey, I don't want to do this tonight. I don't want to just watch a movie. Can we do something else?
Yeah.
I'll do that with us all the time. Sometimes we crave watching a movie. So we'll be like, let's watch a movie. And we actually enjoy it because we're not doing that every night. Other nights we're playing a game. Other nights maybe we're with family or whatever. So quality time is going to look different to each person. But please, being on your phone is not quality time. Watching a movie, there's a balance there, okay? But if you're doing that every night while doom scrolling, that is not quality time either. And then don't you dare complain the next day that you haven't spent time together when you were also just on your phone.
Yeah. I think something Jared and I say is like, I'll say to him, I feel disconnected at the moment. And that's sort of our word of like, we've hung out a lot, but we just don't feel connected. And he'll do the same to me as like, I feel really disconnected right now. It's like, we've just seen each other the whole past week. And again, when you're living together, it can get
Totally
roommates and we both own businesses and I'll be working when he wants my attention and vice versa. So when we bring up, it's like, okay, now I actually really need to make that. And again, communication, guys, crazy, isn't it? Everything comes down to that. But whether it is a word of like, I need this right now, like really actually vocalizing, I need attention. Like, I mean, Jared doesn't listen to this, so I can call him out anyway. But the other day I must have been editing or something on my phone and he just turns to me and he goes, I need attention right now. And I put my phone down straight away and I'm like, I'm actually so glad that you said that because you were fucking pissing me off. But hearing you actually say, I just need some attention right now, got my attention so much more than trying to piss me off while I'm trying to be productive doing work. Like, we actually need to speak up and ask for what we want. And I think sometimes people forget your partner loves you. Like, whenever it comes to speaking up, we, oh no, they're going to hate. And yes, sometimes it does bring conflict. But if you're with someone, they love you. They want the best for you. So if you do bring up, I want attention, straight away that clicked to me. Okay, he needs me. He needs some loving right now. And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
beautiful.
Last one.
Yeah.
Accountability. Again, flipping the script. Accountability, which I touched on a little bit at the very start, but take accountability for the part. Again, you are a team, but you're also two separate people. And whenever it does come to conflict or maybe it's organizing something or whatever it is, there are always two stories and then the truth. And then also two parts that are played in it because again, this was so me of like always putting the blame on him. And I would take accountability, but probably not look as deep as I needed to look. And then realizing, oh, fuck, I'm the problem. I'm the one who's causing all of this in our relationship because I think with social media as well, it is so easy to see relationships out there where people are getting these massive bouquets of flowers or getting holidays paid for or like foot rubs, whatever it is all the time and realizing that that is only a part of the story and that's also not reality. And I like, again, full hand on it, like calling myself out, would have moments where I'm like, yeah, I deserve better because I'm not getting any of that. And that's where I'm like, yeah, I know my self-worth, but also it was a bit too much to the point of like, is that actually realistic? Because he's also a person that goes through stuff and that also needs love from me as well. Because I'm very much a girl when I'm in a relationship. I want to be a little princess and like you can look after me and I'll just be the princess. But there's also times where I need to step up and give that to him as well.
Beautiful. Because we can't control our partners. We can't control what they say. We can't control what they do, but we can control ourselves. So the more honest you can be with yourself, the more you can make better changes within yourself, the better the relationship's going to be. It all starts with you.
Yeah. And it can grow and get better, I want to say as well. Because
absolutely.
I mean, Rami and her partner broke up a few years ago. They're back
Literally.
together. So
Better
happy.
than ever.
And we've had multiple times where we've been like this close to breaking up. And now again, we're so much better. And I think it just becomes like you can grow with each other if you give each other the time, the patience, the understanding that everyone has their own ways of communicating. Everyone has their own stories again. And I just love love.
That was so cute. Beautiful.
Yay.
Happy with that. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. If you have any more questions or queries around your relationship, maybe specifically, and you need any advice, please DM us, leave us a comment on this episode. If you're over on our YouTube, hello, hi, we love you. Please subscribe to our channel. Oh, also on our Instagram, if we haven't hit it yet, we want to do something really exciting. Alicia's looking at me like, wait, are you going to say it? No, I'm not going to say it, but we want to do something really exciting when we hit 1,000 followers over on our Instagram. So I wish I could just say what we're doing, but
I feel that by the time this episode comes out, hopefully. So we're aiming to hit 1,000 followers, we should say.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
think we said that part.
Yeah.
The goal is to hit 1,000 followers. And for when we do, we have something so fucking fun planned. So
It's
tell your
crazy.
friends, tell your besties, your mum, your dad, follow Fierce and Femme podcast. Okay.
And if we've already hit it, thank you. We love you so much.
You're probably like, bitch, I know what you're talking
I
about.
know. Dead. All right. Thank you guys for listening.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening.
If you're over on Spotify, don't forget to give us a follow and rate us 5 stars.
And if you're over on our YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.